Hello, and welcome back to the Hotel Advisory Expert channel, the channel that helps hotel general managers and hotel investors and owners get the most out of their property. Today we have with us in the studio Mr. Sarosh Aibara,
Hello.
COO of the Elite Hospitality Group in the Kingdom of Bahrain. They run 6 of the country's finest hotels, 23 outlets, 12 of which are very famous nightclubs in these properties in Bahrain. Prior to that, Sarosh was actually in Thailand, where he helped evolve the service apartment industry in this country. And he started from the Oberoi group of hotels in India, where he was in charge of the Oberoi Mumbai. He also was part of the pre-opening team of the Oberoi in Bangalore and the Krishna Oberoi, which is now the Taj in India, in Hyderabad. So over to you, Sarosh. What drove you to the industry?
Well, actually, firstly, thank you for having me on your channel with Remax. It's wonderful to be back home in Thailand right now, and that's an interesting. I'm a microbiologist and a biochemist by education.
I didn't know that.
Just flipped so I did my masters, and then somehow just flipped and moved to the other side. Applied to a few places, one of which was the Oberoi School of Hotel Management, now called the Oberoi Center for Learning and Development. And one of the questions in my final interview, which Mr. Oberoi asked me, is, why do you want to join the hotel industry? So I gave a street smart answer, well, I want to meet people. So he told me, you can meet people on the road or on the railway station. So I got taken in, but I said, well, I'll be on the road without a job then, I'll be meeting people, I'll be without a job. So he laughed and he said, this is what I want, I want street smart, so, and I was quite a nerd back then, mind you, a biochemist, so, but I evolved myself, changed my personality. The Oberoi really was, and still is very dear to me. I would still be their ambassador for life, and I learned a lot there. I grew from grassroots levels, going all the way up, had the opportunity to meet many business leaders, not just from India, because we were the finest hotel group. I will say that with pride. And we were the Oberoi Mumbai still is among the top 3 leading business hotels in India. So I got to meet presidents of countries, kings and queens, royalties, CEOs, owners of companies, just about everybody. You knew everybody in Mumbai, everybody knew you. So there was glamour attached to it. Not that you enjoy the glamour. In the hotel industry, we are creating the glamour, We create the show. You're not there to enjoy it. But that's what got me into it. And as I evolved, I developed the passion as you go along. So in very brief, that's how I came to this industry. And I've been here now for 40 plus years. And enjoyed every minute of it, as long as you keep the passion and the fire burning.
Wonderful. So what made you move to Thailand? Because you were with the Oberois for 10 years, and then I think it was 93 that you moved to Thailand.
I came here in January 93. It was a new challenge. Wanted to go overseas, and Thailand interested me. Most of my family was settled in the West. I decided to move to the East. I found it to the best of both worlds. It had a lot of culture, a lot of history, and it was amazingly rich in hospitality. You couldn't go wrong in the field of hospitality in Thailand. But when I came, I joined a rather tiny company, which was rather big in many other industries, but not in hospitality. We had once one apartment complex, which was a so-called serviced apartment, a little more than a furnished apartment, and we had just one more competitor at that time in Bahrain. We were on Sukhumvit and they were on Pechbury. But eventually we grew into serviced apartments, and we redefined it with my background in pure hospitality on the 5-star super deluxe level. We moved the entire concept of serviced apartments to be closer to hotels, but giving you the comfort of a home. So our tagline back then was your key to an executive lifestyle,
Yes.
And we had, I'll not forget that. We formed that tagline in 1993. Yes. Okay, and we evolved from just basic housekeeping services and response time to a maintenance request being over 24 hours to something like 25 minutes. So we introduced food and beverage, which was kind of not allowed in service apartments, but you found a legal way of working around it. And then if you did food and beverage, you did it right. You did it with style, you did it with panache and with the quality that you need. Certain things we could not do, like cater to our Japanese clientele's food requirements. So that part, the Japanese cuisine, we would outsource. It was an essential part of the business. But we just did not have basic gyms or basic swimming pools. No. We had very nice, lavish facilities all along. So we grew from one property to the next, and as we grew along, we developed better facilities. We kept in touch with what was the latest in the industry, what the guests wanted, and we incorporated it. I was very blessed to have worked with owners who did not necessarily understand the business, but left it to the professionals to handle the show. Of course, you had to justify what you did, but they would let my team and me. I had wonderful bosses. I had wonderful owners that I was very blessed to work with in Thailand. I was with the President Park Group back when I started, and we evolved the entire concept, and we try to do something what is called apart hotels in the West.
All right. So is it fair to say that with all these innovations and changes that you made in those residential buildings, that you increased the value of the property?
Absolutely. We increased the asset value for the owners to start with, Ashley. So we just didn't, I never looked that my team and I should be hotel managers. Yes, that's your core responsibility. But at the same time, the important thing was to not just to maintain, but to enhance the asset value, the real estate value of the property. And we would get ourselves valuated by professional agencies, and that would help the owners to secure better loans on better terms and conditions and to grow their businesses using that. If an asset value was not there, it would not help them to develop further. Yeah.
Right. So this brings me to my next question. What kind of people would you hire as a GM? And I'm coming back to your current situation in Bahrain. What are the qualities that you look for in a general manager?
Intelligence, hardworking and sincerity is not enough. Everybody has that, yeah. And I want people to be street smart, like in my first interview, but they have to be smart where required, and they have to be humble most of the time, be it with their guests, be it with our employees and our colleagues. This is very important. Most hoteliers focus on the guest. I focus on three aspects: your guest, your colleagues and your employees, because they are who make you, and the partners you work with. He may just be supplying you tissue and toilet paper, but to me, he's a partner in my business. If I do not have a good relationship with him, if I do not respect him or treat him like a supplier, then he's going to just give me that level of service. Whereas if I develop a rapport and a relationship, that goes a long way. So to me, all these three are essential pillars of my industry. So I want people who understand this. I want people who will live for the future. I don't want to have a general manager who says, "Oh, I achieved this in 1994 or 2004. Very good, you did it. What are you doing today and what are you doing tomorrow? Are you on top of the game? Have you stayed abreast of the latest developments in this industry?" It's not enough to say I've delighted the customer. You got to go way beyond. You should understand technology. You should be able to make technology work for you, whether it is in the field of your engineering or in guest satisfaction, on what is now called online reputation management. So you have to know technology. You've got to constantly up your skills. You've got to constantly read. And today it's so easy. You can, even without buying any programs, you can learn so much.
It's interesting that you say that technology is what you're looking for in a GM's requirement. What are the technologies that hotels should have?
I'll come back first a bit to the earlier question, Ashley. That one of the things where general managers fail a bit is, of course, they have to be driven by revenues. That they have to be driven by guest satisfaction.
Okay.
But revenue is not the end all. It's the bottom line which is the end all, and the focus has to be on the bottom line. They've got to be savvy about understanding this. And they have to understand a lot about the back end, which to me is engineering. A lot of people think engineers are guys in boiler suits. No, They have to be managers. They have to think and work like managers. They have to be. So if I have to employ an intelligent engineer, first I need an intelligent general manager who recognizes that, who understands engineering, who understands what is the technology that goes into it, what is the latest of this field, how best you can do things. So to me, today technology is 2 or 3 pronged. One is your back of the house systems, because today going green is just a word. To me, it's a marketing gimmick. It is not a gimmick, sorry. It's something that you need for marketing, but essentially from a selfish point of view, it should pay you back. You know, the money should be there.
Yes.
You do something good for the environment, for the community, sure, yes, good deed. Bottom line, the owner has to make back something on it. You know, if that's not going to happen, it's not going to increase your bottom line, then going green just for namesake is not going to help. So that's one aspect of technology. The second is in the softwares that you use. Today, it's essential to work with smaller teams. But when you work with smaller teams, you don't want to affect your guest services. So you've got to work intelligently. You have to have systems. You've got to use artificial intelligence to a good amount of this. You've eliminated call centers with chatbots, for example. But you must know how the back end of a chatbot works. You know, I just don't simply buy a chatbot and keep it there. You have to evolve the chatbox. You know, you have to make it more personalized. You have to give it a name. Okay, so like in my case, since my brand is Elite, my chat box is called Ellie. Okay, so
that's a nice name.
So I've personalized it to a certain extent, but I've digitized a lot of it, you know. So I must rely on artificial intelligence to know what my what my competitors are doing. And I cannot go like earlier, I would make calls and send spies around to a hotel to find out what they're doing. Today I can get out this information from various channels. Some of it is paid, some of it is free, and I've got to be able to not just get the data, after that be able to analyze it. So again, you use artificial intelligence to do it, so that I don't have a big workforce, you know, but I still get the bottom line results that I want. Okay, that's the second part of technology. The third part of the technology is actually the guest feel, what the guest feels in the room. It could be digitizing the air conditioning system or making it convenient for him on his bedside to do stuff, having smart TVs. Today, nobody wants to see the content you wish to show the guest on your TV. He doesn't want to listen to your music. He wants to listen to his music. He wants to see his programs, and it should be very easy for him to beam it to your TVs. As a matter of fact, today you'll find a lot of hotels in the bathrooms, the mirror, because you spend a lot of your waking hours in the bathroom, it's got a small screen, and you put on your news channel, and they'll always provide one news channel, one music channel, and you beam your stuff even to your bathroom mirror, okay, which has a Bluetooth speaker and a screen built in. So this is what I mean, the guest contact of technology. So these three are the important aspects of technology that a hotel operator or manager should know about.
Yeah. Absolutely. I see a lot of hotels around the world actually overlooking this. You walk into a 5-star deluxe hotel and they've got old TV, which is not even a smart TV.
Correct.
And they have not bothered to update it because it's large and it's going to involve capex.
Right, very true.
Right.
But today there are ways of doing it. I'll give you a very simple example. I'm here. I'm living with a very, very dear friend. He's a brother of mine. He's got a few TVs at home, one of which is not smart. And I converted his old non-smart TV into a smart TV.
How did you do that?
Another time, I'll tell you that. So I stay abreast of how you can do it. And I got everything here. He did not know that it's available. And so today he's doing everything, and he's operating his TV not with a remote, but with a mouse. Okay,
all right, I'm sure a lot of hoteliers would be happy to learn the technology so that they can convert their non-smart TVs into smart TVs.
Smart TVs, and it is not going to cost you an arm and a leg.
Excellent.
To do this, so.
Excellent. Now let me move you to a favorite subject of yours. I know that you have a different view from most people out there about OTAs. Yes, some people love them, some people hate them. What is your view on it, Sarosh?
Well, it is not an evil, it is a necessity. Okay, people look. Firstly, there are two aspects. One, people think, oh, I'm listed on these OTAs, on the online travel agents, and the business will just come in. Number two is, I have to pay this high commission. I've got to give the guests a discount. Eventually, I lose 30% of my revenue. That's one way of looking at it. The way I look at it is, you're paying them a high rate because they're marketing for you. If you search for my hotel, you'll probably find the OTA way above my hotel listing because they've spent for it. So they're going to earn it back for you. So you're paying. If I had to spend that money on my own, I would have had to do that with an effort involved. Whereas here, he's taking the effort, he's got put in the resources. So I look at them as being my partners again. Like I said, they are not just a supplier or somebody that I need to hate because I'm paying them this. But how do I get back from them now? So I've got to establish a relationship with them. I have to have constant updates and constant meetings with them. And I'll give you an example. One of our top producers, we did a review with them, a quarterly review about 2 months back, and we came up with, from all my properties, with something like 28 points that we needed to do. And as the head of my company, I'm involved in that part, and we said we're going to implement this in 10 days. It took us 14 days to implement, but we did, and we saw almost immediate results coming in. One factor may not have helped, but all of them put together, it helped us. Sometimes just by changing some words, sometimes by doing a promotion on a weekday, which was your weakest day. Simple things, okay? But there are so much you can do with an OTA to make them work better for you. So you have to, I would tell all hoteliers, look at OTAs as your partners. Do not look at them as something that's a necessary evil. It is not. It is a necessity today, and the more online you are, the better off you are. At the same time, spend some effort and some money on your own booking engine to make it produce for you. Not that it's going to give you that much or you're going to save a huge fortune, actually, no, but it just takes up your brand value. When you do this, it will take up your brand value. Yeah.
Okay. Right. Okay, so let's move to another subject, which is, what are the common mistakes that general managers make when they run their hotels? You have many general managers reporting to you, so what do you look for?
I'm blessed that most of my general managers have worked with me for a long time, so we understand each other, and they know what I expect, and we complement each other. Sometimes there's a weakness that I have that a general manager makes up for me, and there may be a weakness that she or he may have, which I need to step in and make up for them. But one of the common mistakes is not, again, like I've emphasized, I come back to the core, employing the right people for the right position. I would take a person in finance who knows how to make a presentation, who knows how to analyze and crunch data. Yeah. But if I'm looking for somebody in sales, I don't want necessarily a person who's able to make fancy presentations and give me a lot of jargon, and end of the day, there's nothing coming in. I'd rather have a person who's able to get me the results, get me the business, and if I need a connection somewhere where there's an opportunity to make money, he or she should be able to get in there and get me the business. That's more important than making a presentation. Same with marketing. They can give me fancy presentations, but end of the day, if they're not going to market my product and take up my brand value, that person has little value to me. So they should be hands-on, on the field, on the floor. That's what this industry is about. So you need to be there. You need to be constantly in touch. Find out who's new. This person has left from here. Keep your relationship, because she or he in the new job may be equally important to you. So not today, but after some time. So you've got to constantly redevelop and maintain your connections, and your networking has to be strong. To me, this is important. And sometimes people look, oh, this person spoke very well during the interview, or he made this presentation, a fancy presentation, and that's one part of it. Can they deliver results? Can that presentation be converted into money for the company and for the investors? This is important to me, to hire the right people.
Excellent. That's a wonderful answer.
Thank you.
Sarosh, you worked with many hotel owners over the years.
I have.
Yes. What are the common mistakes that hotel owners make?
You'll have me in
I don't mean to
actually.
open a can of worms here, Sarosh, but
Okay. I look at it that most investors are not hoteliers. Yeah, some are hoteliers. Mr. Oberoi, as an example, my current employers, they are hoteliers. They've come up the hard way. In both cases, they both learned it in that way. A lot of people invest I want to buy a hotel. I want my name on the hotel. This is a glamour front. I've got this business. It's a factory. I want something that'll put my face on it. My name on it. So do that. Yes, I encourage people to invest. It's a good business. Keep in mind that the returns today are slower than what they were before. But one of the mistakes that the hotel owners make is they interfere with the general manager's operations. Yeah, use the supplier. Take this person on your team. Yeah, I don't like this guy, remove him, don't do this. This is where, and they make one decision today, they change the decision tomorrow, they'll interfere. Why did your sales give this report? Tear up the contract she made with this company. Do not do that. As an owner, do not do that. I have both worked with owners and been on the owner's side as an owner's representative. Do not interfere with the general manager's operation. As long as they're doing a good job, you're getting your bottom line. Have your monthly review, make it a half-day session, get your answers, but do not go into the daily operation and say, or use this cleaning detergent and use this toilet paper. A lot of owners make these mistakes actually. Stay out of the day-to-day operations. You're not a hotelier, you're an investor. If you were a hotelier, you didn't need a general manager, you didn't need a professional team, or you did not need a brand to come in behind you, So if you've got a brand or a management company, let them do their job. You ask for the bottom line. Do not ask them how you got to the bottom line. In a bullet point, this is my key to mistakes that owners make, and in the end, it ruins their own business. And sometimes they'll tell you, oh, I'm getting this cable, this wire, electrical wire, at a 40% lower cost than what you're able to get. But he may not realize that this is for domestic use and not for commercial use. And so you've saved 40%, but that wire will cost you more in terms of energy, and you're going to replace it in 2 years rather than after 12 years. So these are things that you need to understand as well. Leave it to the professionals, please.
All right. So how do owners find a good general manager?
Difficult, especially if you do not know the hotel industry. And I do not believe in just written CVs. So if you're not a hotelier, maybe you need to seek professional help, outsource it to a human resources company, not just to a talent finder, but to a human resources company who understands this business, and then who's able to get the right guy for your product. A general manager may be good for one product, may not be good for your product. So this person will understand your product first, will understand your business needs, and then find the right person for your business and for your hotel. So do that, guys. If you do not know how to go about it, do not rely on what you see on a paper on a CV. Use professional help. Yeah.
All right. So Sarosh, just to touch on something that's very close to you and what you're currently involved with, I hear that you're starting a beach club in Bahrain.
Yes.
Yeah? So isn't this a little different from what you've done in the past?
It is.
How are you addressing it?
Firstly, again, I'll say over there, I'm very blessed to work with the owners that I'm with, okay? And this family is very big in business. They are very diverse in many fields, including real estate and construction and into industry and travel agencies. So it was a new experience for us, actually. We started with just developing a regular beach as a comfort level for our guests, but eventually we've made a much larger area, and we've decided it's not just a hotel beach where guests are going to come and relax, but they can have quality entertainment, they can have good food. And so the entire concept is Mediterranean. It's more like a Greek style. So everything has to go with that, the furniture. And we have an extreme climate. Our summers are extremely hot, so you got to cover a good portion of the area. Also give an indoor air conditioned area. So if people still find it too hot or too cold, they can move indoors as well. Still enjoy the ambience of the beach across you. We've got a lovely waterfront. Bahrain has amazingly clear seas, non-turbulent. Yes. So it's exciting. We hope to open it just before Christmas, which is very soon. That's one of our priorities when I get back, and I'm really looking forward. This is something new. This is something new at this stage of my career.
Wonderful. So I wish you fantastic luck with this.
Thank you.
And I'm sure that, like with all your other ventures, you will succeed big time.
Thank you, Ashley. Thank you very much.
I should thank you very much, Sarosh, for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me
your
again.
expertise with us over here. I'm sure that it's been very useful for our channel viewers, hotel general managers, hotel owners, hotel investors. And I think that essentially Sarosh has really touched upon some of the pain points that all of us have experienced over the years. And yes, thank you so much, Sarosh.
Ashley, thank you once again to you and to Remax for having me on your channel. Thank you very much. God bless.
Thank you.
Thank you.